Hello, it's me, Jack-a-Lopium. Welcome along. We're back playing some more House of Legacy. I'm just going to pause it real quick. So yeah, I'm back playing this. This will be episode X just because I'm tending to record like long tranches of footage and then just chopping them up into episodes, and that's working for me at the moment. So I never used to like doing that. And what are we looking at? We've moved the action forward to year 5. I don't actually remember the last time we played. And we've got a little bit of money, not too much. However, I want to just go over what we've been doing. I don't remember, because I'm like chopping it up at the moment. I don't actually remember where we were. I just wanted to record again, just because we are a ways forward, and we're at level 9 now. Our clan level is level 9. In fact, I'm almost at level 10. I did want to show you Renown level 9 on camera, but I accidentally went over it and then just played more. But yeah, I'll show you how I got to clan level 9 as well. But look at that money. The reason why, I mean, it would be slightly more than that. I've bought myself a library. If we go into the build menu and find the library, what you'll see is that the cost of the library is 70k. That's pretty reasonable, right? But then if you look to the right hand side, that's 400 gold bars. So that is a value of like 4 million bones. It's 4 million ducats, man. It's 4 million clams. But yeah, I've just bought that and filled it up with books. So yeah, all of my writing books. I don't know exactly how this is done. I presume it is like a centralized kind of like suppository. It's a book suppository. Just means you don't have to keep rebuying the books over and over, even though I pretty much have been rebuying books. If you look, my book collection is down here and there's like multiples. Because I knew that I wanted a library, so I do have a stack of books. One thing to say as well, there are only, until I upgrade my library, I've only got space for 10 books. If we buy the first upgrade, okay, it's up to 20. I don't know exactly how high that goes. What is the max? So I don't know what is the kind of max of the number of books. However, what the devs have said is that in a future patch, the library will be able to hold more books. So they are working on like improving the library mechanics. So that's a thing that's worthwhile getting your library for that. I'm just sipping like a really nice spiced rum. It's actually spiced with dark chocolate. It's lovely. Yeah, I'm doing this toasted, man. Just because it's like 90 degrees in the shade. So, oh, that's good. Chocolatey rum, lovely stuff. There's a few other things to look at. I did see something. Where has he gone? I saw him a minute ago. I saw my little guy walking around. Yeah, basically, I don't know how much we've seen of this on camera, but this is the current state of my clan by year 5. We've got Only one child from each. And this is another thing that the devs are working on. They have said that the rates of childbirth are very low. Wonder when I can actually get a second concubine. I wonder if we could look at that. Let's head into town. See what the town looks like, because that's obviously where we do our business. Yeah, sorry about this. I am actually encoding a video, so... Ooh, nice. A bunch of money. I've got 7 textile shops and a tea house. So that's the amount of money we're getting each month. There is a way to work your textile stores, though, which I will go into. And that's going to allow you to siphon off money. And we can go over that. But you will need a ton of textile shops, preferably 8. I didn't realise that at level 9 you don't get a 9th store, so I had to sell one of my textile shops to buy a tea house. And I don't know if I'll get any more tea houses. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I mean, it is a good money maker just on the straight line. As you can see, the revenue is 38k. Ooh. Versus the textile shop of 27k. So you can see there where the direct improvement of the revenue is. However, there is a method to, in inverted commas, exploit the textile market. This is pretty cool, and that's what's allowed us to rocket our money situation forward, and to be able to, afford our library, and eventually buy the next upgrade. The next upgrade is at level 10, and it's we didn't look. I should have done that back at the mansion, but let's see if we can see the thing as well. Darn it, I saw him a minute ago. I guess it's not going to be kind to me. We'll have to look for him a different way. Yeah, the next upgrade is like a stage. So we can hire like entertainment guys, I presume, to improve our happiness and things like that. However, tea shops are also good at improving like mood of your clan members. Let's see if I can see. I'm looking for something very. Yeah, look, this is all my kind of construction construction projects that I've kind of like binned off, but just kind of like holding them all as flat packs. Just because I might need them. I'll need them to build more walls. But yeah, that is my original where all of my guys live. I've also got something else which is cool. I've got a clan warehouse. As you can see, we're up to almost 5k worth of like personal stuff. However, our warehouse space is over 100k. The reason being is because I want to start funding armies at some point. We're not quite there yet. However, getting over 100k, that should help us to keep them fed, keep our army fed. I work out that I believe it takes 25k for each 1,000 troops. We're going to need about 4,000 troops, so that's 100k's worth of stuff. So even this. 100k might not even be enough once we tick over the 5k of personal belongings. The reason what we're up to 5k is because, you know, we're keeping our guys fed. The other thing we should look at as well, there's more children, and there's children kind of our clan, Li Biao, or Zheng Li Biao. He's almost come of age, so that's pretty neat. He's about to come of age, which is pretty neat. His might is a 44. However, his skill is going to need to go up in writing as well, so that's something that's going to have to happen. This guy has married a female member of our clan. I'm hoping she becomes pregnant at some point. And the other thing is, look at how I'm gonna, like, in my head canon, this guy is like our older brother. So we came like back from the wars first, so we're the clan elder. However, this guy is like 1 year older than us, but he's like better than us in every way. The only thing he's not so good at is business. But he is good at writing and good at might. Those are the two skills which, in the kind of medium to long term, are going to help us out a lot more than business. Business is good for kind of short to medium term. So that's what we're good at. Look, our business score is up to 83. That's how we've managed to extract all this money from the market. And yeah, we'll then need to, I think, yeah, look at that. 6 million that's going to cost. Like the gold, the coppers. Coppers? Is that what they are? Like the coinage cost is pretty low. If you think that 600 gold is going to be like 6 million, 80k is just like chump change in comparison. That's just like a sweetener, like a tax deal of some kind. So yeah, we need to save up 6 million bones. At this level, it's still not that easy. It will take a few years. We can't do it instantaneously, but we can do it. And yeah, what I wanted to show was our big bro, our older brother, is also a general of cavalry. Look, he's he looks cool. And we did see him as well. We did see him. We saw his little toon, like right at the beginning of the video. But now he doesn't seem to want to show up. But yeah, his little toon is outfitted in his like armor and finery as well. That is super cool. But yeah, if we ever see him, that'll be cool. Like I say, we saw him right at the beginning, but then he seemed to disappear. Maybe he just went back into his house, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, he's been through, I think, 3 campaigns. We might be able to see in his biography. Yeah, look. First off, he took the entrance exam for like your gentleman, for your landowners, and we've actually passed that as well. We're like a shukai as well, so we're like a landowner. Our brother also is a landowner because obviously we're nobles. We're not very noble though. However, our big bro is super cool. And yeah, he's been through like so he took the entrance exam, then we just sent him off to fight, and he fought in one campaign and became Yihweh officer. And he was victorious. Then we sent him off again, and he became a Gu-Day officer. And he was victorious. And then he became a general of cavalry. So he's fought in 3 campaigns so far. So yeah, he's going to be sent away. We can increase his might somewhat by a gift. And then equipment. Giving him a horse so he can travel to the battle. There you go. Here's 50k whip sword. Gives a might +9. And then like he's got a jade pendant just to allow him to be more charismatic on the battlefield. And yeah, he looks super cool. But yeah, he's going to need to increase his might score and possibly also his writing skill. Maybe not. As far as I can tell, you need to be good at either writing or might. If I mean, we are mostly a civilian, so our writing needs to be better than our might. So I'm going to keep pumping his or like my main character's writing score to pass the exam. However, we can also pass the exam, if you will, by fighting. That's how medieval society works. It's all martial. Like if you're, you know, you live in a duchy or a county or a, you know, a whatever, and it's your lord who used to go off and fight, and your lord needed money, so that's why he collected rent from you, which is how, you know, this is pretty much the same over the entirety of the world. This is how human societies are formed, you know. We just do things a bit differently in the modern age, but it's not even that long ago, the pre-modern age. The pre-modern age kind of ended probably around the First World War. Maybe a little bit before, but even like the First World War, you still had like gentlemen army officers and things like that, and we still have army officers now. You know, I went to university. My university had an officer class, and our army guys, because obviously you have to pay for the university education yourself, which is why universities are a thing, because you need to know who's smart. And it goes on like that. Anyway, so let's get out of here with generals. But we've also, the reason why I'm kind of a little bit light is because of farms. This is my new farm. I'm actually going to do this a different way. Let's look at the map. This came out quite recently. It's a second farm. It cost me 500,000 clams. And this is what it looks like at the moment. I've just literally recently bought this. Look, it's completely clear. I paid 500,000 clams for an empty field. But if you look, look at that. It's fertility 5. Fertility 3, fertility 1 there, but and look, it's huge. Fertility 3, fertility 3. Now our previous farm is only 4 of these, so this is like twice the size of my original farm, and it's like at fertility 5 there. But yeah, as you can see, I've not touched this farm. In fact, let's Let's change that right now. Let's pop down a cottage. And then I'm going to max it. So yeah, that's given us 15 peasants. Or a potential for 15 peasants. And then yeah, we're going to need to build a fence and build paths and things like that. So let's do that. And then what fence are we going to get? My previous fence was that one. We could either give it this one, which is nice. Look at that, it matches the gate. Or like a trellis fence. I quite like that. I think that's pretty nice. I'm going to give it a trellis fence. Sure, why not? And there you go. Our security has gone up. And then to... Oh, I am so clumsy. There you go. And hopefully some people will come and have a look. So yeah, buying that second farm actually rocketed me up into renown level 9. That's the way to really increase your renown, is just to buy farms. I mean, just in inverted commas. Like I say, this cost me 500,000 clams just to buy like an empty field. So let's look at our existing farm. I don't know if we can expand the size of our farms, or if we can. I don't know how. I mean, but yeah, like you can see, if we go into the... Look, we've got a farm manager. If we go into fertility, look, I've started to expand the fertility. But yeah, there's only 4 kind of parcels of land. 4 quadrants as opposed to the, was it 9 of the other place? But yeah, it's not looking too bad though. This is the farm. We're up to 38 guys. That's pretty neat. 6 herders, 32 planters. Yeah, I do like herders. They're pretty rare though. I'm finding that might be something that might need looking at as well. Just how often like herders come up, or maybe that's the way they intend it. I'm not sure. And there's like our second set of farms. Or rather farm cottages for our guys to live. So yeah. Cotton fields, paddy fields, and vegetable gardens. Again, those all come in useful. Eventually, when we are trying to feed our armies, and also we're starting to branch out into sheep pens. We've got some pig pens over here, sheep pens, and yeah, chicken coops. And the other thing we've got is cherry trees. It takes 3 years, so it takes forever. But basically, your cherry trees are pure profit. If you can get around it, they are a kind of snack item, and they're like your kind of high-ticket snack item. But if you can make do without eating cherries, you can just sell those to the market. So they are 100% profit. Cherry trees are 100% profit. So that's why all of my trees are now cherry trees. I've got rakes of cherry trees. Oh yeah, and we've got a little pond as well. But yeah, it's starting to take shape. It's looking pretty good. So, I think that's everything. But you probably want to hear how we get money. How do we gain money? How do we make money? I'm just going to take a sip of my rum. Chocolate rum. Chocolate rum. Oh yeah, that's lovely. Yes, a lovely hot day. That's why you can pretty much always hear my fan in these videos at the moment, just because it is. It's not just hot outside, it's like 3 times as hot in the studio, because obviously with everything like sealed up with me inside. Yeah, you will need the first one. There's 3 ways we can do this. Not 3 ways, but 3 things we do to generate a market. Our market is the textile market. And then, yeah, we extract money from that market. We've made our own market, basically. So what we're doing is we're going into the exchange. What we're going to do, we need one is a price of 200k, one is a price of 400k, and another one which is a price of 400k. So to get it, all 3 items down, we're going to need $1 million. We don't have $1 million, but we've got 600k, so that means we can get one item of 400k, one item of 200k. So 2 of our 3 items we can buy. That's not bad. So we need to visit each of the exchanges, and this is how you will do it moving forward. And again, at this level, once we get past this is as far as the demo got. From what I remember, it was like textile stores and then tea houses, and then like the demo ran out. So you are mostly doing it with textiles. Okay, so we're looking at these 3 items here. These are our textiles. These are what we're going to sell in our textile market. Buy burlap? No. Sell leather? Yes. But actually we could go leather, and the other one is muslin. But leather and muslin are about the same price, you can see. Yeah, they are in fact both the same. They're both running very high though, so we're not going to make any money on, you know, buy low, sell high, all of that. However, we're basically trading on a market. I'm going to buy this leather here. I'm going to buy 400 of them. So there's your price of, it's actually 450. And then we're also going to try and find a burlap. We're going to find a sale of burlap. There you go. There's some burlap for sale. We're also going to buy another 400. So there's your item, your line item of 200k, as I stated previously. So that's all of our money spent, unfortunately. We're then going to come up here to our textile store. We're going to visit each textile shop. And we're just going to... We've still got some muslin from before, so we can demonstrate this with muslin as well. So, because we know that our leather line item is more expensive than the burlap, we're going to give leather of 50, muslin. We're going to take this. There's already some muslin in the system. So we're going to just take that up to 50 as well. We've only got a max of 220 items there. There is no way we can expand that. That is the highest quantity we can get because everybody's maxed out at level 10. We are going to sell some burlap as well. We're just going to go up to the maximum there. So that's almost at 50. 50 is a decent number for me. That's what we're doing. Hopefully we can... No, I think 50 is a good number because if we went for any more, our textile shops wouldn't be able to handle it, would they? We don't have the capacity. We don't have infinite capacity. But anyway, 50. So up to 49, good enough. Up to 50 of our muslin. And yeah, we've only got some left. Oops. Yeah, we don't need to worry about that. So we didn't go up to the top. We didn't max that out. But yeah, we can max it out. It's not a problem. And then yeah, let's use our final 10 just to get that up to 25. We don't need to go up, although we can. And then let's pop in some burlap. Let's pop in some burlap, some leather, and whatever muslin's left. And then you can see like the revenue changing. Now that's not ex nihilo. That's not ex nihilo. We're not conjuring money out of the ether. We're just selling it for what we bought it for. However, it's going to allow us to... the more money there is sloshing around, the more money there is basically that we can extract from the market. Now, this is how money works in the real world. You never get... I kind of hate, sorry, YouTube, but YouTube kind of people who say, oh, we're capitalist. I'm a capitalist. I've heard YouTubers say that. And then they describe like the least like knowledge about capitalism like I've ever heard. Like they describe like video games as capitalist economies. It's like, no, they're not. They're ex nihilo economies. It's revenue which comes out of the ether. A video game usually is an ex nihilo economy, not a capitalist economy. So that is for you. That's knowledge for you there. But this economy isn't ex nihilo. It is like a capitalist economy. It's pretty good. Obviously, it's simplified because it's a video game. It's not like real life. But it is kind of similar to real life in the fact that this isn't an ex nihilo economy. And if you listen to like if you listen to people who trade on the commodities market, they don't talk about making money because you can't make money. There's no such thing as making money. It's a delusion, basically. And this is why people in like the kind of YouTube gaming community, they're like, yeah, we're making money. It's like, no, you're not making money. Well, you are making money, but in reality, you don't make money. You extract money from the market. There's no such thing as making money. You do not make money in real life. You extract money. And so, yeah, let's tick that over. So there you go. Here is our revenue. Oh no, we're losing money. We're not really, because look at that, almost 30k. That's 100k 70k, 67k, 97, 82, 82, and then yeah, that kind of pales the tea house into insignificance then. But it's okay. I don't mind having a tea house. I don't think I will expand anymore. But do I like having a tea house? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. It's kind of a way to kind of mitigate loss, I guess. I guess it's like a kind of slightly less risky, maybe, to own a tea house. I don't know. I'd need to do like a kind of profile on it. But yeah, you don't make money in real life. You extract money from the market. So people who trade on the commodities market, they never talk about making money because they know that you can't make money. You are extracting money from the market. And that's just what we're going to do. We're just going to extract money from the market. We're going to take our 600k and we're not going to reinvest that at the moment. Usually you would just reinvest that over and over again in stock, then sell stock. Reinvest in stock, sell stock. Reinvest in stock, sell stock. That's how trading works. That's how running a shop works. But you're not making any money. The way to make money would be then to visit your bank and then extract it from the market. And that's what we're going to do now. The max you can do is 80. We've got 600k. We're going to just do this for right now, just to show you on the video. But we're just going to exchange this 74 big clams. Maybe they do look like clams. Is that what they're modelled on? Is that what Chinese... I always thought they looked like boats. So yeah, let's trade that all in. And the other thing is there is a method as well of obtaining money kind of ex nihilo. So it's like a mixed economy. And again, that goes into kind of real life as well. You actually don't want a capitalist economy, you want a mixed economy, and that's what we've got in the West. People, again, they say, like idiots mainly, but they say, oh, we've got a capitalist economy. It's like, no, we don't. We have a mixed economy. You kind of like mitigate kind of risk in your economy by having a mixed economy. So some things you have the state, like the state is always your biggest buyer in any economy. They're just a customer like everybody else. It's just a state is your biggest customer. If you can secure a state as your customer, even if you're a capitalist, especially if you're a capitalist, you want that customer, you want the state, and that's good capitalism. Like the kind of let's say the American kind of right wing is kind of bad capitalism. It's very bad capitalism. It's just, it's not using the tools which are available to you, like, efficiently. It's less efficient than if you had like a fully mixed economy. But anyway, let's carry on. So yeah, that is our first 100 clams. And as we know, that item was going to cost us 600 clams. However, there is an item which we are so close. And we'll talk about the ex nihilo portion in a minute. But I want to show you this real quick. No, not that. Let's go back into our mansion. There is another item we want to build. Where is it? I think it's in decoration, right? Yeah, here it is. Memorial gates. They cost $2,000, but also 100 gold clams. Yeah, let's call them gold clams. 100 gold clams. Decorative structure, however, it does increase our clams renown by +5. So for every 100 gold clams, our renown is going to rise by +5, which is pretty awesome. And that's something I want to buy for the first 100. Now we've bought the library. And that guy hasn't turned up. Oh yeah, there he is, look. There's our, in inverted commas, brother. But yeah, look at his tune. He's so sweet. Look at him. Isn't he cute? That's like all of his armor. He is like, oh, that is so cute. I might use him as some kind of... Let's pose this as our... Hopefully we'll get like a screenshot. And we'll use that as our thumbnail maybe. Yeah, and then we should probably do some decorating in this bit here. Even if we move it about, it's not going to cost us any money to move stuff about, which is pretty neat. So yeah, there you go. There's our little bro. And that's what we want for our 100 gold clams. And we are very close. However, I've like I've cashed out early basically. So we've used like all of our money to do that. However, I mean we do have... We go back into our textile shop. See, it's gone back down to revenue of 27. Now that is, again, a way to shorthand the simulation of taking like people's wages and, you know, a whole complicated method of, you know, like supply chains and things like that. It's just a way to shorthand that. I'm okay with a little bit of ex nihilo, but even the ex nihilo stuff isn't. It's kind of like it's implied that it isn't ex nihilo. Look, these exist, and you can actually something I only thought of when I sold that textile shop. These are the shops that I've sold. Basically a cosmetic shop and 2 grocery stores there and the textile store. But you can do this, and you should do this because this is a little bit of an exploit as well. Is I sold this textile shop. You can see all of these items that are in the textile shop, and you can see like one of our textile shops. If you sell it, just strip all of those items out of stock. Why not? And you can actually make quite a bit of money out of that if you strip all of the kind of ex nihilo stock. That is a little bit of an exploit there for you. That wouldn't happen in real life, obviously. In fact, it would be illegal, I think, so you'd end up in prison. But that's the difference between real life and non-real life. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, just to finish the point, go back in, and we've actually got, like, we didn't use all of our 400, so we've actually, this is profit. This is all profit. So let's restock with our profits, basically. And then, yeah, you can see, look, we've made 100k just out of pure profit. Yeah, so I mean, you're never gonna get like a particularly in-depth kind of economy in a video game because of its mostly ex nihilo nature of its economy. But this is pretty good. This is deceptively simple. At the end of the day, business is kind of simple. It's all just numbers, man. As long as you know numbers, and you actually can't lie with numbers. You can lie with language, easy. You can lie all day, every day with language. I don't recommend it, but it's not illegal to lie unless you're... I mean, it's illegal to lie to some people. You can't lie to the government. You couldn't lie to like a government employee, like a policeman or anything like that, because governments don't really like that, and they'll just put you in prison. They don't care.
Well, I'm too scared. My brain won't work.